Hey everybody, how's it going? Hope you're doing great. Dave with you, Dave Mitchell. I'm a content creator, author, brand owner, and someone who wants to make a wonderful change and difference in your life and as many lives as possible. Thanks for joining in. I appreciate you. We're going to talk about conversations. Yes, how to communicate with teens, youth, young adults. It's a time now where no one talks. We're living in a personalized society where technology is key. No one makes eye contact. It's all about the fingers, communicating that way. That's our society now. That's our time that we're in. That's understandable. Well, what makes it even more difficult living in a personalized society is that teens are more solely dedicated to technology. That's their way of communicating, and pretty much that's how they are. They want to stay that way. Understand this, the times that we're in. Okay, so that's one thing. But at the same time, that's what makes it even more challenging to have those conversations, to initiate, to even be an icebreaker to conversations with people, especially teens, because teens, as you know, don't make eye contact for good reasons. Sometimes is out of safety, but they just don't have that particular confidence or even have the knowledge uh, or wisdom. And it's no fault against them. It's just that they haven't matured yet to actually have that dialogue, have that uh, verbal vocabulary, have a sense of having that exchange. Because again, one, they're still young, and we're just not in that time now where people are sitting down having conversations over dinner tables and just the way things were uh, decades ago. So it's a great challenge. Is it impossible to overcome that challenge? Breaking the ice with your teen children, teen nephews, nieces, cousins, as an adult, is it impossible? No, but it is a challenge. But this video is going to give you some really relevant and practical, doable tips on how you can start that conversation and keep that positive conversation going for good results. Now, as I said before in my videos, it's not so much about how much you know as an adult. Again, it's about how much you care. Let me repeat that. It's not about how much you know, it's about how much you care. And that's basically with every single person. People feel that way. They remember not what you said, but how you made them feel. So that's the one thing that has to be established. You know, you don't have to try to talk teen. Uh, when you see your young teen, you don't say, "Hey, what's up? What's going on?" You don't have to use slang. You don't have to talk teen. Remember, they want to know how much you care about what's going on in their lives. So again, it's kind of a difficult thing just breaking the ice. So let's start there. How do you break that ice? How do you make that initial contact without making them feel weird or you feel too uncomfortable to start something, the icebreaker, and you'll just let it pass? Well, first things first, what you want to do is try to be as comfortable as possible, breathing exercises, what have you. But the most important thing is being genuine and sincere. And that's just by saying, hello, how you doing today? In a sincere way. And have that patience to wait for their response. Maybe they don't look up at you. They might just say, um, "Mm, okay. Or they might just nod their head. No eye contact. Or they might not even say nothing. Now, it's not that they're ignoring you. They just might be, well, not really used to that. Because again, remember, teens and youth are used to communicating through online, through the technology we have now. So don't be discouraged at all if you don't hear any response at first. Try again. You can just again in a sincere way just say, "Hey, hello there. How you doing?" Or "How's things going? How goes it?" In a real respectful, polite way, and you probably will get a response. Maybe it's in body language. They might just shrug their shoulders. They might just nod their head again. Body language is one of the biggest forms of authentic language. It's very real. So you can say, I see you shrugged your shoulders there. Maybe things are not maybe going too well. Um, then you can proceed by saying, well, what's been going on in your life? Now you're talking to your teen children, your teen family members. Have that caring, that patient attitude, the disposition of that. Hey, I want to, know a little bit more about you, and I care. Now, this takes a little time, and it's a bit of a struggle. But again, that sincerity, that authenticity of coming from you, that genuine body language, that energy is real, and they understand that and they feel that. Especially children. Children have a real keen sense of what's genuine and what's not. They know when an adult, even teens, know when someone cares or showing some form of authenticity and sincerity in their speech and the way they go about doing things. It's just a sixth sense that they get for the most part. Interestingly enough. So it really comes down to that again. So if you get the body language, it's not that they don't care or, you know, maybe they might feel a bit weird or strange having that basic interaction in the first place. Again, they're young, they're teens, they're youth. I'm sure you may have felt that way at times. I know you have as a teen, as a youth, when someone interacted with you who was older. Maybe you felt intimidated, you just didn't know what to say. Well, again, they're in the same common or category of being young and again not mature enough and confident to have an exchange or an interaction in a positive way. So again, it takes a little bit of patience, but you will get a response for the most part. Now, not every single person is going to respond, but you do it enough, you do it often, it starts to build. So I said the word build, and that's what comes down to again, building and establishing trust. It comes down to trust. We all want that. That's a very great blessing to have uh, the ability to say, I trust someone and they trust me. So building the stages of trust, and that comes through communication. And once they sense that, they will start to have more interactions. Again, in their own way. Maybe again, it's some form of slang they use or just not standard English. That's okay. Please, in a very respectful way, sincere way, feel free to ask them exactly what that particular slang term is. Because many adults still, well, more and more know now, don't even understand what emojis are. Emojis are graphics of people's feelings that you people send on social media or in chats using technology. So ask them. See, that is the beginning of the conversation. Teens and even children, but we're talking about teens and youth, they really appreciate when you ask them questions, when you ask them for their help and understanding something. Don't feel ashamed. Don't feel bad as an adult that you're asking them because some adults feel as though that they feel a bit, I say, embarrassed or they feel vulnerable, a sense of not being successful when they're asking a youth or someone younger than them some help on something. No, they appreciate you asking them for help because they see that you have the ability to open up to be vulnerable. Vulnerable is a good thing when it's done in a positive way. And it's coming from a positive place of someone wanting help. So that's fine. You're still human just like they are. We are human at the end of the day. And again, it comes back down to the basics again. So understand that. That's what's important. Establishing these fundamentals of building a sense of rapport, respect with one another. And that's what it comes down to. We all have that in common as human beings, people of the human family. Difference is that we're talking about generational differences. So again, breaking that ice, you know, introducing yourself. You have a third cousin at a family reunion, and teens are there, and they're related to you, and you go up and you don't know them. This is your first time meeting them. You can go, you want to go up and speak to them, but you just, as an adult, you don't really know what to say. Sometimes you might come off trying to be cool or whatever, trying to get their attention. Adults, you don't have to do that. Just be respectful, like you would with someone your age. Let's go up and say, "Hello, how you doing there?" And nod your head to, the younger cousin, and they might just again shrug their shoulders and say, "Okay, it's good seeing you here at the family reunion or at the meeting or wherever the situation is." Compliment them. Show them that just that interaction, just seeing them, is a nice thing. Again, it comes down to sincerity in that body language, and they get that. And with that, that's how things can start to snowball, to use a terminology, in a positive way for, again, the beginning of some conversations and conversations that need to be had. Once those conversations start to go, what are some things to talk about? Well, again, listen more than you talk. Find out what they're going through, what they're experiencing, how things are going on in school, or what they want to do after school, or maybe they have a part-time job or a full-time job. They're co-oping, they're going to school part-time and working full-time, or they're involved in some sort of art class or sports or music videos, or whatever it is that they are interested in. Ask them, what are your interests now? What do you like to do after school, or what you're doing now? Again, do it in a respectful, polite way. And they, again, might not hold their head up to you and talk with you eye to eye contact. They might just say, well, I'm in school, I work part time, low, talking low, you know, working at a fast food restaurant, I'm working at the uh, pretzel store, at the bakery, part time. Maybe sometimes I work full time, I work on the weekend and go to school. And while they're talking like this, they're probably on their phone too. That's fine. So they kind of like a little bit talking, but not really engaging. But they are responding, and that is perfectly fine. So again, that's something that's you can work with, and they understand that you're listening. You know, please don't say, "Look up, talk to me." Don't say, "No, look at me here. I'm right here. Look at me." Do not do that. That's off-putting. That makes them weird. They'll feel weird or creeped out. You don't want to do that. Again, they might not have that mature, that confidence at that point. Again, you are an older person, or an adult. They're a teen, so they might not be ready for that. So don't go down that path, so to speak. It's a good thing already that they are exchanging words with you. So Again, listen to that, and then show your appreciation that they're talking and that they're doing something, going to school, working on their craft, uh, involved with sports, uh, learning different things. So genuine compliments with them on that, and then after that, talk with them about you. Let them know what their uncle or third cousin, or again your son or daughter or whatever the situation is. Let them know briefly about what you're doing, how you feeling that day, what do you plan on doing in plain standard English. Again, you don't have to talk teen, okay, and you don't have to be long-winded to show some again genuine feelings in which we all are encouraged to do, and make it plain and again standard English. You don't have to be, uh, this professorial in your speech. You don't have to, again, use certain words. Just use basic common language, and let them know how you feeling, what you're doing, what you plan on doing. Again, whether you're in school, work, you know, building a home, buying a home, going on a vacation, share that with them. Again, they might just keep their head down and still on their phone. It's not a sign of disrespect that they're doing that. It's just a different generational type of thing. But they might, just have their head down, and they might just maybe just nodding their head, not responding, saying, "Okay, that's good." Talking, they might just be going, "Mhm, mhm," like that. They're listening. Trust me on that. They are listening to what you're saying, and they are watching your body language. That's communication. See, we sometimes feel that we're not really communicating with someone unless we're actually sitting down at a conference table, or sitting across from someone at a business meeting or an appointment, or via Zoom, or whatever the situation is. No, communication comes in different forms and different formats. That's one thing we have to remember as people and as adults talking with the younger generation. Again, like I said, there's many forms of communications. Communicating with someone. Important thing is communicating, responding, replying. So again, that is something that you can start and build on that with good results. Again, share your experiences. Share it with through illustrations. You know, everyone pretty much has something in common with the next person, whether it's uh, their interest in food, their interest in movies, their interest in books, their interest in art, their interest in uh, careers, humanitarian acts, a charity, whatever it is, their beliefs. Everyone has a little bit in common with the next person. And finding that and talking about that and using illustrations to help draw out what you mean about different things is a good way of communicating, and also a wonderful way of teaching. Because not only can you start a dialogue, start a conversation, continue a conversation, there are also teachable moments that you can share with that someone, as well as you. Yes, you receiving some valuable knowledge and information as well. So begin that today. It's a process like everything else is. It takes time and patience, and that's another incredible hurdle that we all have to continuously overcome, is being patient and disciplined. You can never have enough of that. I have videos on that, and I will continue to uh, talk about that as well, because that is something that is priceless. But those are the key things that are needed into being successful in our journeys in life, as well as being in the life with others as well. So again, those are some tips, some key things, fundamentals to take away from this particular video when you're initiating conversations with teens and youth, as an adult, as a parent, as a family member, as a coach, even. And they have struggles. Again, breaking the ice, breaking the ice with genuine, plain, standard forms of communication with patience and showing how much you care as opposed to showing how much you know is a key thing. And building on that, listening to one's experience, even through their body language, and sharing yours to recap. That's cool. And that way, no one will offend anyone, disrespect anyone, make anyone feel weird or strange or odd, which, you know, youth may feel that when older people talk with them. So these are some things to uh, take with you. I appreciate you for watching. Please like, most of all, subscribe. We have to subscribe. Please subscribe. Let's subscribe to get this channel strong, up and going, with a great following so that we can touch many, many, many people in a positive way to make their lives special, even more special and better than it is. So thanks for watching. Again, Dave with you. Share this video. Please share and comment. I'd like to hear what you have to say, your thoughts, your perspectives on things, as long as it's in a respectful way. Again, thanks for watching. All the best. Start the conversation. I know you can do it. They'll appreciate it, and you will too, and you will benefit. That's what it comes down to. Great conversations that we all can share, that we can all start to do even more so to overcome hurdles, obstacles, as well as be a wonderful blessing to each other. Again, also use humor. Use be funny, but be sincere. Use humor in your conversations. Admit that to the youth that I don't really know what to say. That's another thing I also would like to add. I don't really know where else to go in this conversation. Admit that truth. They appreciate that. That is just as important, or maybe even more so important, saying I kind of don't know what to say. And you can do it in a funny way, but as long as it's, again, it's respectful and genuine. And you even see how something can manifest. That's right, manifest out of that in a positive, productive way. That's constructive. So again, thanks for watching. There's some key things. If you get one takeaway from, that's amazing. Maybe you get more. All the best to you. Till next time, Dave. Peace.